What's happening, YouTube? Back in the day gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel and happy Halloween. That's right, it's that time of year again. Got my pumpkin scented candle, I got my jack-o'-lantern beer glass, and I got a pumpkin beer. Sitting down at the desk in the game room playing the NES Halloween games. That's right. You know, we're playing all your regulars. We got the Castlevanias, we got the Dracula, we got the Frankenstein, we got your Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a fantastic game. Got your Friday the 13th. I've been going through all those, just getting a little taste of the Halloween spirit. But I had to search the library to find not a hidden gem, but a game you don't hear much, if anything, about, to make a video. That's what we're doing here today. So, we're going to crack open a beer and play the craziest titled NES horror game in the entire library. Before we get started, we're going to crack open that beer. Today I'm drinking, it's kind of vanilla, but it's my favorite pumpkin beer. It's the Samuel Adams Jack-O. It used to be called Jack-O Traveler. Now it's just called Jack-O Pumpkin Ale. This is my favorite. I like to try just about every pumpkin beer I can get my hands on. And if you're going through my log of Halloween videos, you're going to see me saying just about the same exact thing in the beginning of every one. A good 75% of the pumpkin beers are no good. They just taste like nutmeg, and I don't like them. We're here in Michigan, where there is an infinite number of microbrews, and lots of them are good, but the pumpkin beers, they're very hit or miss. The Samuel Adams Jack-O, it's a hit. Happy Halloween. So, getting into it. You want to know what the craziest NES horror video game in the library of the Nintendo Entertainment System is? That's why you clicked on this video. Not to look at this in the thumbnail, no. You want to know about this game. This is a weird one. This wasn't just clickbait. This is the absolute strangest, weirdest, craziest horror game titled in the NES library. I had one sip of beer, already tripping over words. Anyhow, you know where I'm going with this. This is one strange game. Many of you have never heard of it. Most of you have never played it. What you have heard is not good, I'm sure, because it's not super spectacular. But the more you get into it, the more fun it is, and it can be appreciated. There are some good things in this game, and without further ado, the game we're playing today, the craziest NES horror title game. I'm messing that up. It's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You guys remember that movie? I don't. I remember hearing about it. I never saw it. I believe it's late 70s, early 80s, something like that. The snippets I've seen are much less than desirable, and I don't feel like I want to watch a single second of the movie, so I haven't. So what do I know about the source material? That is not the source material of this game, because this game is actually based on the cartoon, which that's even crazier than making a video game of it, really. A cartoon of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I want to say that came out in the early 90s, I think 92. I remembered seeing it back in the day, but just seeing it. Not watching a lot of it, because it is also not great. I did pull up some snippets of that, and yeah, it's an early 90s cartoon, all right. But the game? What about the game? That's why you're here. Let's toss it in. First, we're not going to do a Let's Play. I've already played a good amount of this game. We're going to get into it, but first thing I want to throw up here is the story in the intro, because it's interesting. Yes, it's interesting, much like the title. So let's check that out. Bear with me. It's about a minute long or so. So let's roll the clip. So I gotta say that this is one of the better intros on all of the NES that I can recall. There's obviously better, but this is a good one. You don't see a lot of stuff like this. So here we got laying the story down. I believe the bad guy's name is Dr. Gangrene, right? And so he's making this doomsday tomato that's going to destroy the city, which they don't really preface on why he wants to destroy the city, but he's got a gang of his tomato henchmen. They've got funny names, and they're pretty strange looking. That is unique in itself right there. That's a nice touch. You know, we're starting off well here. We got a good story with some good characters and some pretty good animation and graphics. You know, is the story going to influence if this is a good game or not? I'm not sure. But like I said, I like the story, and I think you probably liking what you've seen so far, so let's get into the actual game itself. As I said, I never saw the movie. I saw a little bit of the cartoon. This is based off that cartoon, but I don't think you need to see any of the source material to follow through. You're a kid running around, and there's you're getting attacked by killer tomatoes. There's killer tomatoes attacking you. That is happening. Yes, that's happening. You got remnants of tomatoes all over these buildings here, and I'm not sure why that is, but it must have been some kind of attack of killer tomatoes. The streetlight animation here is pretty fantastic. When you're under it, it lights you up. When you're not, it's all dark. That is one hell of a nice touch. Very cool for a early mid NES game. So here you got your first boss battle. I don't know the name of this guy, but you jump on him. That's what you do. He doesn't even attack you. You attack him. You jump on him, you get 5 hits. He runs away. After that, you get to pop down into the sewers for stage 2. So far, the graphics are pretty darn good. The sound it's all right. You know, the attack of the killer tomatoes. That you get a little bit of that, but I think I do it better, right? The controls and gameplay. Now that is where this game does not shine. The controls are not bad once you get used to them, but should that be a thing for a platformer? Should you have to get used to them? You basically run and jump. What is there to get used to? The jump's pretty floaty. You don't have an attack. All you're doing is jumping on the killer tomatoes. This is, when you jump, you actually go faster than when you walk, so you just want to jump all the time. The jumping's a little wonky and floaty, but once you get used to it, then you have to get used to the enemy hit detection. And once you get used to that, now we're ready to play the game. This second stage, the sewer board, it's where the game, unfortunately, starts to go downhill, and it's only been 60 seconds into it, right? So in the sewer board, you've got lots of pixel-perfect jumps, which are never a good thing, especially when your jumping is floaty and wonky. There's a lot of oil slicks, which always suck. You got these falling slime, which you need to avoid so you don't take damage, which always sucks. There's a little bit of a maze element on this board, which I don't really ever care for, but it's easy, so it actually just adds some substance to your standard left to right platformer. You do fight another tomato boss henchman on this board, but you don't fight him, you just jump over him, and that's kind of stupid. At the end of this board is the Phantom of the Opera organ boss. I think this was extremely creative. It's really unique, but poorly executed. You know, you got the organ and now all of a sudden you have projectiles. No explanation, you just have them. You gotta hit each pipe on the organ to plug it. Once you do, the boss is magically defeated, and you have defeated him. Time to move on to the next board. The third level isn't bad, or wouldn't be bad, if the objective were clear. It's, as you can see, there's lots of conveyor belts. Some go one way, some go the other way, some move faster, some move slow. That's just fine, right? But what the hell do you do on this board? You got some green lunch boxes and lunch bags, which you collect. Are you supposed to collect all of them? Or is that what you need to do to pass this board? I don't know. One strange thing of note is that now all of a sudden, if you hold down B, you run faster and jump further. But in no other stage was that a thing. In all the other boards, you can push B, hold it down, doesn't do anything. In this one, it does. Strange game point, right? All of a sudden, we're changing up the controls, but hey, okay, all right. That's not my problem with this board at all. It's the problem with, I don't know what the hell to do. So unfortunately, here's the part where we have to stop. Because I played this board for a long time. I was getting frustrated. I was like, okay, take a break. And I pulled up a video on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes on the NES just to watch it. Not to figure out what to do, because my philosophy, the code back in the day gamer plays by, is you can't look things up. I never look things up, ever. Ever. I just was watching the video. And I thought, you know, well, maybe I'll get a little bit more filler for the video, get a better feel, be able to make this video better. Not that it's very good, but you know what I'm saying? I was just watching a video. They told you what to do. And as soon as I heard it, I realized it. So I felt that that was looking it up. So I can't play it anymore. Because now I know what to do, because I saw it on a video that I unintentionally looked up. So we can't beat the game. Some of the gameplay that I saw further on looked cool. There's another boss that looks excellent. What is to be the final board looks really cool. I like the graphics on it. It seems there's some maze elements like the sewer board. I think I'm going to like that board. But since I looked it up, I can't play it. That's my code. I'm sticking by it. So, sorry. This is where the video has to end. Except for one thing that I would like to add. When you get a game over, you've got the Doomsday Tomato launch sequence. And I thought that was definitely worth showing. So, there's my 2 cents on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. One of the strangest, weirdest, craziest titled NES horror games in the entire library. Said it right that time. There we go. Alright. Well, I just gotta shelf this game till next Halloween. That's the only, in my mind, that's how I justify it. I gotta stop. I'll play it next Halloween. Maybe I'll forget the part I saw, but stand by my code. So I guess from here, we're going to move on to the game. That's my Halloween game for this season. You want to know what that is? We got to wait till the video comes out. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Happy Halloween, and until next time, keep it retro!